Very good morning, children, and welcome to the next class of SST. So, chapter number one we have completed, chapter resources. So, today we are starting chapter number 2, land, soil, water, natural vegetation, and wildlife resource. This is geography, chapter number 2. So, this chapter is well connected with the previous chapter. We have read about the resources, different types of resources. And here we are in this chapter we are reading about the detailed study of land, soil, water, natural vegetation and wildlife resource. So let's see aims and objectives of the chapter. Aim of the lesson of chapter 2, land, soil, water and natural vegetation and wildlife resources. So let's see what are the topics we have to cover in this chapter. In this chapter, first of all, we will see what is land, what is the use of land, conservation of land resource, how land is used and how it is conserved. So, importance of land resource. Then we will see the soil resource, factors of soil formation, degradation of soil, and conservation methods of soil. And about water resources also we will see problems of water availability, conservation of water resources, scarcity of water we will see in which countries there is a scarcity of water, natural vegetation, distribution, conservation methods, wildlife resources and their conservations, difference between biodiversity, zoo. Let's see the word meaning of chapter 2. Water cycle, the natural process of constant motion of water through evaporation, condensation and rainfall is called water cycle. Rainwater harvesting, the process of conserving water in which rainwater is collected to that it can come of use in times of water scarcity. Biosphere, the narrow zone of contact between the lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere is called biosphere. Scavenger, a bird or animal which feed on dead livestock. Tundra, the type of vegetation found in very cold regions like the Arctic. Deciduous forest, the forests which shed their leaves once a particular time of the year are called deciduous forests. National park, a national park is a natural area supposed to be used to protect the ecological integrity of one or more ecosystem for the present and the future generations. Land is among the most important natural resource. It covers only about 30% of the total areas of the earth's surface, and all parts of this small percentage are not habitable. The uneven distribution of population in different parts of the world is mainly due to varied characteristics of land and climate. The rugged topography, steep slopes of the mountains, low-lying areas susceptible to waterlogging, desert areas, thick forested areas are normally sparsely populated or uninhabited. Plains and river valleys offer suitable lands for agriculture, hence these are densely populated areas of the world. You have heard about the Harappa civilization, Indus Valley civilization. They are densely populated because they live near the valleys and river and they use for the agriculture occupation they used to do. Now what is land use? Land is used for different purposes such as agriculture, forestry, mining, building houses, roads and setting up of industries. This is commonly termed as land use. 90% of the world population occupies only 30% of the land area. The remaining 70% of the land is either sparsely populated or uninhabited. Common property resource. Land can also be divided on the basis of private land and community land. Private land is owned by the individuals, whereas the community land is owned by the community. Private land is own car, own land. Community for common uses like collection of fodder, fruits, nuts, medicine, herbs. These commonly lands are also common property resource. Change in land use over a time. People and their demands are ever growing, but the availability of land is limited. People started encroaching the common lands to build up commercial areas, housing complexes in the urban areas, and to expand the agricultural land in rural areas. Land degradation, landslides, soil erosion, desertification are the major threats to the environment because of the expansion of agricultural and constructional activities. So from this picture it is very clear that slowly how the encroaching is there and the scenario of the rural areas and the city are totally changed. Now, how can you conserve the land resource? Growing population and their ever-growing demand has led to a large-scale destruction of forest cover. Arable land has created a fear of losing their natural resource. Therefore, the present rate of degradation of land resource, afforestation, land reclamation, the regulated use of chemical pesticides and fertilizer, and checks on overgrazing are some of the common methods used to conserve land. Now, landslides. Landslides are simply defined as the mass movement of rock, debris, earth down slope. They often take place in conjunction with earthquakes. Floods and volcanoes, a prolonged spell of rainfall can cause heavy landslide that can block the flow of river for quite some time. The formation of river blocks can cause havoc to the settlement of downstream on its bursting. In the hilly terrains, landslides have been a major and widely spread natural disaster that often strike life and property and occupy a position of major concern. So, what are the mitigation techniques of landslide? Hazard mapping, locate area prone to landslides, hence, such areas can be avoided for building settlements. Construction retention wall to stop land from slipping. Increase in the vegetation cover is an effective way to arrest landslide. The surface drainage control works are implemented to control the movement of landslide along with rainwater and sprinklers. Now, soil. The next one resource is soil resource. Soil profile is very clear to you. Parent rock, weathered rock, then subsoil with sand and slip, and topsoil with humus and vegetation. These are the layer. So you can see the thin layer of the green substance covering the surface of the earth is called soil. Do you know it takes hundreds of years to make just 1 centimeter of soil? What are the factors of the soil formation? The major factors of the soil formation are the nature of parent rock and climate factors. Other factors are the topography, role of organic material, and time taken for the composition of soil formation. All these differ from place to place. Now, how the soil is degraded. Degradation of soil. Soil erosions, depletions are the major threats to soil as a resource. Both human and natural factors can lead to degradation of soil. Factors which lead to soil degradation are deforestation, overgrazing, overuse of chemicals, fertilizers of pesticides, rainwash, landslides, and floods. Then how can we conserve the soil degradation? What are the soil conservation measures? First is mulching. The bare ground between plant is covered with a layer of organic matters like straw. It helps to retain soil moisture. When we cover it, then less dryness is there. Then contour barriers, stone, grass, soil are used to build barrier along contours. Trenches are made in front of the barriers to collect water. Rock dam, rocks are piled up to slow down the flow of the water. This prevents gullies and further soil erosion. Terrace farming, these are made on the steep slopes so that flat surfaces are available to grow crops. They can reduce surface runoff and soil erosion. Intercropping, different crops are grown in alternate rows and are sown at different types to protect the soil from rainwash. Contour plowing, plowing parallel to the contours of a hill slopes to form a natural barrier for water to flow down the slopes. Shelter belts, in the coastal and dry regions, row of the trees are planted to check wind movement and to protect soil cover. So these are the pictures shown here. Terrace farming in hilly areas, contour barriers, contour plowing, rock dams, and shelter belts. Now through activity we can also see that how when we grow plant and how it protects the soil erosion. Take 2 trays A and B of same size. Make 6 holes in the end of these trays. Then fill them with the same amount of soil. Leave the soil in tray A bare while grow grass in tray B. When the grass in tray B has grown few centimeters high, place both the trays in such a way that they are on a slope. Pour 1 mug of water from the same height into trays. Collect the muddy water that trickles down the holes of the both trays in two separate containers and compare how much soil is washed out of each tray. So from the picture itself, very clear that the bare soil, lot of soil is there settled down in a jar, and there is soil erosion. And when we grow plant there, it roots hold the soil, and you can see when we pour the water here, a clear water is there in the jar. So it shows that there is a less soil erosion when we put grass. So thank you so much, and we will take up the next water resource in next lecture.